I'm not flying in, I'm driving my RV to the 2025 Oshkosh EAA Airventure. Once inside, I'm going to show you some of my favorite airplanes, and we're going to team up with Emma from Flying Doodles. I am headed up to Wisconsin for the Oshkosh EAA fly-in. If you've never heard of it, it is the biggest fly-in in the world. So for about a week or 8 days, it is the busiest airport in the world. I believe, at their peak arrival times, they're landing, because they have 2 runways. Oh, son of a, I just went the wrong way. Crap, that's what I get for not paying attention. All right. Anyway, so they have 2 runways, and they land like 3 airplanes at a time. There's like A, B, and C landing spot, because the runways are like 5 or 11, 12,000 feet long. So they land 3 airplanes, and you got, one aim point is like at the end of the runway, and then one's 3,000 feet down, and then another one's 3,000 feet down after that. So I think they land like 5 or 6 airplanes a minute during its peak time. So pretty cool. A lot of different airplanes there. We'll show you around a little bit of that. But most of that content's going to be on Flying Doodles, but still, we'll show you some. About to pull into the EAA Oshkosh. EAA is Experimental Aircraft Association, so that's like home-built, amateur-built airplanes. They put it on every year. Kind of directing traffic here. You got lots of police and everything. I see the Goodyear blimp straight ahead. That's kind of cool. So I am headed to Camp Scholer, which is like one of the, they call it improved camping. There's no I think they run like electrical and water out to you, but sewage and all that you don't have access to. Group of viewers and patrons and all that, they kind of get there together every year, so they've invited me to camp with them, so I'm gonna be staying camping with those guys. But almost there. I've already seen a few airplanes with smoke trailing out. They're doing air shows and stuff, so pretty cool. I've been told there's 12,000 RVs parked at the event and nearly 700,000 attendees. All right, I am headed into the EAA Oshkosh Airventure 2025, whatever it's called, I don't know. So I've got a camping site here. Unfortunately, this other diesel pusher right here, rather than, like the day I got here, rather than trying to back into a site, he tried to drive through my site and then got stuck in the mud. So now these giant ruts in the middle of my campsite, which sucks. I mean, not much I can do. But anyway, so I can't fly the drone here, obviously, it's an airport, right? But they estimate 12,000 RVs here. This RV parking lot is absolutely massive. And it's half of it's like improved camping, so I do have power and water. There's no sewer, that's fine though. And then, the campsites that way are just, dry camping. You gotta run your own generator or something like that. But I believe it's probably, so I've been getting around here so far. I've been here a couple days. I haven't gone in yet because I've worked all day. I'm editing yesterday, but I got my year-old here. It's kind of fun riding around with the dogs. They love it, and everybody else does too. I got my e-bikes over there. So I'm gonna head in to the EAA. I'm gonna meet up with Emma. She's the host of Flying Doodles. Hope you guys check her out. And we're just gonna walk around and show you some of the sites. So, and we got a meet and greet today at one of the vendors. So, all right, guys, let's go in. I got pretty lucky. My campsite was relatively close to the entrance to the EAA. It was only about a 10-minute walk. You're going to do a lot of walking at an event like this, so be sure and wear comfortable shoes. Well, I was wondering if I could bring my e-bike here, but it looks like a lot of people do, so next time I'll bring my bike when I come down here. Oddly enough, the place where I entered the EAA was at the recreational vehicle displays. I spent 5 months down in Baja, Mexico, Baja Sur, down there near Cabo and all that, and in some of the more remote places. And I had my big Class A diesel pusher, but one of these would be really cool. There's a lot of people that are building them now. They're getting old, like military trucks and converting them. Like I have a couple friends doing that. But this is based on a Chevy 550 chassis. It feels more like a yacht than it does an RV. If you go inside, when you go inside, you have a lot of space, and the use of space is really good. And for being only, how big are these things? I don't know exactly how long these things are, but I'm guessing, 25 feet, 30 feet, maybe something like 30, maybe 25. There's a lot of space inside, a lot of good use of stuff, but you know, you're totally off grid with this thing. You got solar panels and you can go anywhere in that. You got air compressor, bead locks and all that stuff, and pretty cool. They're also $1 million though. So you get what you pay for. A little out of my price range, but you know, I'm impressed with these things. I mean, it's just a toy, right? If you got enough money, I'd love to have one. I would never buy one just because, I mean, I'll never have $1 million that I can just throw, you know, use as on a toy. So, but pretty cool. Being that this is on the RV channel, I figured I'd show you that, but I'm gonna show you some airplanes now. You got the Tarragon set up. I've seen those before. You got these gyrocopters and you got Pilatus over there. Oh, looks like Pilatus started making jets too, so there you go. So something like these Tarragons, I'd be really interested in. I mean, again, so you're looking at, you know, $460,000, but you're getting an airplane that cruises at 170 knots. That's almost 200 miles an hour at 6.5 gallons an hour of fuel. The thing is all carbon fiber, weighs less than 1,000 pounds. It has a ballistic parachute, I believe, in there. So, you know, pretty cool stuff there. I mean, honestly, I mean, like most airplanes these days are damn near $1 million. It's only a two-place airplane, but you're getting a lot of speed for it. This would be something I'd be interested in. Again, it's out of my price range, but, you know, maybe in a few years I get a used one or something. I don't know, but pretty cool. Kind of surprised Gulfstream's actually got a thing. I'll go there and check it out a little bit later. It says invitation only, so I don't know what they're doing. But they're, you know, the big $70 million jets. I don't know why they're here. But we're about to meet up with Emma from Flying Doodles. She's the host of that for the past year or so. So we're gonna go walk around and see some stuff. Look who it is.
Hey.
We got Emma from Flying Doodles.
Yep.
How was your air show so far?
So far, I'm loving it. I mean, it's airplanes. I love airplanes. So.
Film any cool stuff? Get any rides or what?
So far, rides?
Or I don't know.
Oh, like lately on Flying Doodles?
Well, no, I'm talking about at the air show.
Oh, here, yeah. So we got on the Lockheed Constellation. Didn't get to fly on it yet. Fingers crossed on that one. And then the Goodyear Blimp, also didn't get to fly that one. But
that's been your dream for a while, dude.
Oh my gosh, right? Like I keep talking about it, and I finally was able to get an interview, at least a ground interview, and some B-roll of the Goodyear Blimp. So those are my two top big ones right now, but you know, you can always do better, so we're gonna try.
So she's filming all that for the other Doodle network channel. That would be Flying Doodles.
Yep.
So she's been the host of that channel for about a year now. So go over to Flying Doodles. There's links down below, and you can catch Emma hosting a bunch of airplanes on that.
Come check it out.
All right, let's go walk around and see some stuff.
All right.
So this is one manufacturer that I've been impressed with for a while, the Diamond Aircraft. They do things a little differently than some of the other manufacturers. So their engines are actually diesel. Well, they run on Jet A, basically kind of a kerosene type thing, Jet A. And the good thing about that is that a diesel engine runs it, you know, it redlines at 2,800 RPM, which is redline on any airplane too, because as your prop spins, if you spin it any faster than 27 or 2,800 RPM, the tip of the blade will go supersonic. And then you get a lot of problems that have to do that with like drag and, you know, it can shake things apart and all that stuff. So, so that's why gasoline powered piston engines for airplanes only have a max of 2,800 RPM as well. They're using low RPM, but each stroke is really powerful. And that's not ideal for a gasoline engine. Gasoline engines run better high RPM, low pressure. And that's why, you know, if you look at an F1 car or the high-end motorcycles and all that, they're running at 20,000 RPM, right? Which you can't do that on a regular airplane. So what you're seeing is some airplanes are going with Rotax engines, which have a gearing ratio that reduces by half. So if the gas-powered engine is spinning at 5,000 RPM, it has a reduction gear on there that slows it down to 2,500 RPM. And so that way, you know, the engine's more efficient and you're not overspeeding the process. But with Diamond here, is that they're using, you know, diesel powered engines. You can see though, the cowling is a lot bigger than an equivalent size gasoline powered engine because diesel engines just are bigger. They need to be beefier, have bigger, you know, heads and blocks and all that stuff because they're using a lot higher pressure. Because, you know, in most diesel engines, there is no real spark, there's no spark plug. You might have a glow plug for when it's cold, but the compression of the cylinder is such a high pressure that it ignites the fuel in there. And so it's a lot bigger engine. And because it's bigger, it's also heavier. So that's why I think a lot of manufacturers have not gone to the diesel engine, but Diamond has made it work. And you know, I really like the concept there. So there has been some issues, you know, because the diesel engines are a lot heavier, but they still have a useful load on this airplane, the DA-42, of nearly 1,300 pounds, which is pretty good and for a 4-seat airplane. And you're cruising at over 170 knots, so I really like this. And the, you know, the design of the airplanes is really nice. It's, you know, the Cessnas these days and all that, they look kind of boxy. They still make them the same way. You got your rivets and, your aluminum skin and all that. There's a lot of drag and you can only make certain shapes out of it. Whereas they're using composite wings, composite skin and all that, so you can really get a much more aerodynamic flow. I really like what Diamond's doing here. So then you have your single engine version. The max cruise speed still says 180 knots. That's max cruise. So you're probably gonna be cruising at 165, 170 normally, but has a useful load of 1,232 pounds. So, you know, I mean, that's what I would do. Don't get me wrong. The single twin engine's great. You know, the second engine just gets you to the scene of the crash, right? Especially as reliable as these engines are, I'd rather just have the maintenance of one engine, unless you're gonna do a lot of over water stuff. See, this is what I mean. So there's a Cessna 182. Look at all the rivets, and then it's a boxier design, and it's just not a modern design. They haven't changed the way they've made these airplanes in a while, and so, you know, there's a reason. You know, I don't know how much this 182 cruises at, but a lot slower than that comparable Diamond. There you go, it max cruise 165, so you're only cruising that thing at 150, so 20 knots slower, and the useful load's only 900 something pounds, so you're 300 pounds less useful load, 20 knots slower. It's probably more expensive than a Diamond too. I'd rather have a Diamond than a Cessna Skylane any day. All right, I already got the dogs looking adorable in a sidecar. I need to get the dogs a little pedal plane and pull them around. I think that'd be fun. All right, that's gonna be a wrap for me on my day one. It's actually about, the event's been open for a few days. I'm definitely gonna be filming more tonight because they have a night air show. I'm gonna try to bring my good camera for that, see if we can get some cool shots of that. And then I will go around and see some more of the other airplanes and more of the warbirds and all that stuff, all that. I'll do that tomorrow. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so you get notified on the next video. I'm gonna try to post these pretty quick while the event's still going on. And if you'd like more aviation related content, check out Emma on Flying Doodles. She's been working really hard on that. She's done about 40 or so videos, and it'd be really great if you could help support the channel. Thank you. I mean, I guess he was going downwind, but I had no idea those blimps were that fast. Bring your walking shoes out here, because my dogs are barking. I'm not talking about the ones back at the RV. I think next time, because it's a 10-minute walk to here from the campground, but I'm bringing my bicycle next time. You can't bring it inside here, but maybe I can play my old man card and get one of these rascal scooters.